savage mode right now. He's in savage mode. If I was Jake Paul right now, I would be shitting my pants.
So Joe Rogan just attacked Jake Paul after he took shots at Mike Tyson in a way that's honestly shocking. Now, we all know Mike Tyson isn't just a boxing legend. He's an icon, a guy who can still send chills down anyone's spine with just a stare. But Jake, in typical Jake Paul fashion, decided to run his mouth, claiming that he could knock out Tyson just like he's done with the washed-up athletes he's fought before. And that was a step too far. Joe Rogan was fuming like, seriously, it's one thing to brag about knocking out former MMA fighters, but to drag Mike Tyson into it and act like you're the king of boxing. This kid needs a reality check, Joe said, clearly fed up with Jake's disrespectful antics. The UFC commentator let loose, tearing into Jake and calling him out for having zero respect for the sport or the legends who paved the way. It was total chaos, and Rogan wasn't about to let Jake get away with acting like the king when in his eyes Jake hasn't earned the crown. I mean, it's one thing to puff your chest out after knocking out a few retired MMA fighters, but taking cheap shots at Iron Mike, that's a whole new level of disrespect. In a recent interview, Jake Paul didn't just mention Tyson's name. He basically went all in, saying Tyson's best days were long gone and that he'd easily knock him out in the ring. Jake even went as far as to say that Tyson is too slow now, as in that he's not the beast everyone remembers anymore. Yeah, you heard that right. And if you think that set off alarms with the fans, you better believe it hit Joe Rogan like a ton of bricks. Rogan wasn't about to let Jake get away with that level of disrespect. This wasn't just some casual trash talk. This was Mike Tyson, and we all know how Joe has admired him over the years. Don't we? Joe Rogan's love for Mike Tyson is well known in the combat sports world. In fact, Joe is basically the president of the unofficial Mike Tyson fan club. And let's be real, the man runs that place. So when Jake started talking like he could take Tyson in a fight, it crossed a line that Rogan wasn't going to let slide. Joe was all like, Jake Paul's out here acting like he's the king of boxing just because he knocked out some washed-up athletes. And this time, Rogan wasn't just firing shots on his podcast. Word on the street is that things got physical. That's right. This beef didn't just stay on social media or on the airwaves. It escalated into an all-out brawl. Joe is usually calm, but this time he straight up struck Jake Paul. And let's just say it didn't end with a handshake. The way things went down, Jackie went straight to the
hospital. Guys, I'm in the hospital. I had an accident.
Now, let's be clear. Joe Rogan doesn't just shake hands with anyone. The man is a combat sports expert, a former kickboxer, and someone who's been in the fight game for decades. So when he's upset enough to take things to that level, you know it's serious. And this was personal. Rogan and Mike Tyson go way back, and their bond is the kind that runs deep. Joe has always respected Tyson, not just for his incredible boxing career, but also for the personal growth and transformation Tyson has undergone over the years. He's been through it all, the ups, the downs, and the controversies, and Rogan admires how Tyson has come out the other side. That's why Joe was not going to sit down and take these insults lightly. For Rogan, Tyson is more than just a legendary fighter. He's a symbol of what it means to grow, to face your demons, and to come back stronger. Joe has interviewed Tyson on his podcast, and their conversations have always been filled with mutual respect. You could see the admiration in Rogan's eyes every time Tyson shared stories of his past or insights into his mental game. It's no exaggeration to say that Tyson holds a special place in Rogan's heart. So when Jake Paul decided to go after Mike, Rogan took it personally. It's not just about defending a legend either. It's about defending the very essence of combat sports. Joe has been around the block more times than we can count. He's seen fighters come and go, legends rise and fall, and the sport of boxing evolve in ways people never imagined. And because of that, when Rogan speaks, fans listen. He's in OT, just another commentator throwing out hot takes for clicks. He's the voice of combat sports, whether it's MMA or boxing. Rogan's opinions carry real weight. When Joe Rogan says something, it means something. Boxing fans know that Rogan's been in the trenches. He's trained, he's fought, and he's watched the greats firsthand. That's why this situation with Jake Paul hits so hard. Fight fans don't take Rogan's words lightly, and they certainly don't take kindly to someone like Jake disrespecting a great like Tyson. Rogan's been critical of Jake before, but this was different. This time it felt like Jake crossed an unacceptable line. Rogan's admiration for Tyson goes beyond the ring, and when Jake starts to trash talk him, it isn't just about boxing, it is about respect. Rogan made it clear that Jake's recent string of knockouts against retired MMA fighters, let's not forget, doesn't make him some untouchable boxing god. In fact, Rogan's frustration was partly rooted in the fact that Jake has built a career on calling out people he knows he can beat while avoiding the real sharks in the boxing world. Sure, Jake knocked out Ben Askren, but Askren isn't a boxer. Sure, he beat Tyron Woodley, but Woodley was way past his prime. And now Jake has the audacity to act like he can walk into the ring with Mike Tyson and knock him out. Rogan couldn't just sit there and watch as Jake strutted around pretending he's on the same level as real legends. And when Jake made his snarky remarks about Tyson's slowness and his age, it wasn't just an insult to Tyson, it was an insult to the entire sport.
You had to go on your little menopause break and postpone the fight, so yeah. What about that, dog? I was ready before. You needed a little break. Your tummy hurt? Your tummy hurt still?
Tyson's legacy in boxing is untouchable, and for Jake to think he could take down someone with Tyson's history, power, and sheer presence, that's pure ego talking. On the flip side of things, The hype is insane right now. Jake Paul is set to step into the ring with none other than Mike Tyson on November 15th at the T Arena, and boxing fans are buzzing. This is the fight that everyone has been waiting for. All of Jake's claims, all his trash talk, and all the drama surrounding him are finally going to get tried when he faces off against the man himself, Iron Mike. We're talking about a guy who used to knock out opponents in less time than it takes to cook popcorn. Mike Tyson isn't just a boxer, he's a legend. And this fight, it's set to be one of the biggest matches in recent memory. The excitement is through the roof. Tickets for this fight are selling like hotcakes. They were practically gone as soon as they went on sale. Everyone wants to see what happens when the YouTuber turned boxer faces one of the greatest heavyweights in the history of the sport. Whether you're a diehard Jake Paul fan or a longtime Tyson supporter, you can't help but be excited. People are already talking about how this fight is going to shake up the sport of boxing, and even non-box fans are tuning in. The stakes are higher than ever, and it feels like everyone is placing their bets. Will Jake shut the haters up once and for all, or will he finally be exposed?
Me too. I'm getting ready for you. One, two, three, four.
He can cut off the ring with insane efficiency, making it nearly impossible for his opponents to escape his relentless attacks. And Jake, he's known for trying to play at range and land his big overhand, right? But Tyson is a master of getting inside his opponent's reach, and that spells trouble for Jake. Once Mike closes the distance, it's going to be a whole different kind of fight. Tyson's hands are lightning fast for his age, and his punches pack an insane amount of power. Sure, Jake's got knockout power, but can he take the kind of shots Tyson is going to throw at him? Tyson's combinations are brutal, and his ability to go to the body and then finish up top could have Jake struggling to survive past the early rounds. Add to that the mental pressure of going up against a fighter like Tyson, and you've got to wonder how Jake will hold up. Tyson's known for getting into his opponent's heads, breaking them down mentally before the physical punishment even begins. This isn't just about surviving a few rounds. It's about whether Jake can handle the full force of Tyson's mind games and overwhelming presence. On top of all this, Jake's stamina has been questioned before. Tyson's conditioning might not be what it used to be, but let's not forget how he was able to go deep into fights, even in his prime. If Jake can't handle the pace Tyson sets, things could spiral out of control for him pretty quickly. Tyson knows how to drag his opponents into deep waters, and if Jake's not careful, he could get drowned in the later rounds. So there you go, Fight World. That's all I have for you today. What do you think about this whole situation? Fill the comment part with your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more boxing news. See you in the next video.